Hello, my name is Roshan George. I'm an international volunteer from the U.S. I actually had the opportunity to come here to work at a health clinic in Delhi, working with 8 different slum areas. So prior to my 3-week visit here to Delhi, I actually had the opportunity to stay with my coordinator, Mr. Rajiv Sabharwal, at his house in the city, in the heart of Delhi city. And basically what that 1 week of stay that I had was called Culture Week. I opted for this program because I believe that as an international volunteer, I really didn't first off understand the language, the major language in Delhi, which is Hindi, and I didn't really understand how the area worked or how to get around. So I believe the Culture Week really gave me a good experience on that. Basically what the Culture Week was, 1 week Mr. Sabharwal, he gave me the opportunity to learn Hindi. He taught me a little about the history of India, as well as he showed me all the major sites such as Qutub Minar, Humayun's tomb, and a few others such as Red Fort. Now, I believe in my personal experience that was a great opportunity because now once I came to basically northwest Delhi to this mobile van as you see behind me, I had the opportunity to go back to Delhi and feel very confident because not only did I know how to get around, but I also knew how to talk and how to basically bargain my way through India, which many of you will notice as you get over here. Now mentioning more of this program here about my 3 weeks Culture Week, my 3 weeks of volunteering here, I had the opportunity to work at 8 different slum areas within northwest Delhi. And the beauty about working with these 8 slum areas is that unlike most volunteer opportunities I've had in my previous visits, not to India but to other parts of the world, I didn't really have a personal touch, meaning that I worked within the company but I never actually worked with the people. And the beauty about the mobile van is I actually went into the slum areas, so I actually had interaction with the patients themselves and seeing their lifestyle. I went into their houses. I've even watched TV with a few patients, which is pretty impressive because once you get into that lifestyle, you understand the reality of the impoverished. It's one thing to read it on TV and another thing to actually experience. On top of the mobile van, I also had the opportunity to work at a home care center, which is HIV home care. And when I worked at that place, myself being a medical student, I realized that it's one thing to read about HIV and all sorts of diseases in book, but it's a whole different experience to actually be with the people, learn about their lifestyle, learn about their families, and how HIV or any sorts of diseases can actually affect their families. So you learn about the social network. On top of that, you learn about how the social network affects the culture of India. So there's a whole experience you get out of this volunteering. It's not just the experience of going and visiting, sightseeing, as I mentioned already, but you get the whole experience. You get everything with it. And I believe that's the best part about volunteering here with Volunteer Solutions. Thank you. I've had the rare opportunity to work with Dr. Manish here on this mobile clinic, as you guys are looking at right now. I've been working here for about 3 weeks within Delhi, working with 8 different slum areas. And this experience has been by far one of the greatest experiences of my life, for the reason that I'm actually going into medical school next year, and having this opportunity to work side by side with Dr. Manish, teaching me about all the diagnoses and all the medications, and on top of that, just the cultural immersion to see how life is like within the slum area, because the reality is the life we usually live is within a bubble. And as a volunteer, I had this opportunity to work within a slum area, and actually not just by giving money and raising, funds for the people, but actually by working side by side with them, actually seeing their lifestyle, going into their houses and talking to the patients. I've also, while on the mobile van, I also had the opportunity to work at a HIV home care center. And once again, the same scenario, because it's one thing to see it on TV, another thing to read about it, HIV, but it's more than just reading about facts. It's basically the social interactions, and I think that's when you suddenly realize it's not just a person a person just has HIV. That potential person is affecting his children, his families, and to know that that patient, once they contract HIV, will die within 5 or 6 years, it's emotional. And I think that's the best part. That's the best way to describe this volunteer experience. It's the emotional aspect. It's not just the facts. And I think that's the opportunity I've gotten, which I don't think I could ever experience anywhere else except here.